Ma'am, you know the rules.
Carol Feltz, Mayaka. All of this is all well and good, but I think what we're really talking about is communication. And, you know, as I say with, you know, small town out there, social media is the best thing, the worst thing that ever happened. But you do get a lot of, it's not exactly a public utility. It's not like, you know, the telephones or things like that. What we're really talking about is communication. That's what the issue is. So social media does give us a way of communicating, advertising, letting people know things that are going on. My problem with in utilizing those resources is that it's apparently not working very well, because we're having problems with resolving issues, taking issues to the right department, things like that. And a lot of times our social media, I mean, like today, what should be on our social media page today? What should be on our social media page right now? This meeting. This meeting. Not Tai Chi in the park or anything else, but it should be this meeting. So our use of social media can be bolstered. I too could be appalled at the comments that get put on there and the tangents that we go off to. But what we're really talking about is communication. And I'm very nervous about any of us using facilitations outside of what our county should be doing internally. If you look, nearly every single one of our county departments has, you know, their own Facebook page, their own dashboard, their own this, their own that. We're missing a lot of a cohesive communication system. You have to sign up in one place to get on the neighborhood registry, which then signs you up in another place to get a project list. If you want to get public hearing notices, that's something else. Weather alerts, something else. I mean, and come on, I get a phone call and a text message and an email at 4 a.m. to tell me what the heat index is that day, which I'm not really worried about at 4 a.m., but we had a problem with getting communication out to our people who were looking at a water issue. So let's focus more on not what tools we use, but how to make them effective. And I think on the public's part, we have to start also behaving our own selves and conducting ourselves online to where we would not act any way differently than if we were talking face-to-face to somebody. And I think a combination of those things are good. But versus using social media, why can't we have an internal communication directly with our county website instead of using those things that we could get zuckered at any moment, and there goes everything you've built on social media. And that also comes into bringing in public comment with a more educated public. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so Carol Feltz, first off, thank you very much. Absolutely phenomenal work on that. On our end, I think having an educated, informed, and involved public is what's going to make those 3 minutes and what's going to make those calling comments. I'm ready when you open up the social media on our Facebook page. We're probably going to break the internet, so be prepared for that. And on our behalf with the calling comments, I know it could get tedious. I know a lot of times that our citizens, when we call, we may not have a great grasp of the situation. You know, making a point is just to make a point and take advantage of that calling in. That's where it comes into having better communication beforehand on that. That means we go back to, let's make sure that those agendas are out in a timely manner. I would also suggest that we word our agenda items on your reading comprehension level of your average citizen. And there's a lot of things on the agenda. Like I said, I'd like to see our meetings on our social media page. I'd like for our agendas to be out there so the citizens could read them. A lot of times that I try and get people to read the agenda beforehand so that they're prepared for a meeting, they don't understand where any of that says. And I think I suggested that maybe we need a pregame show. You know, you could sit down and watch a football game and somebody gives you the whole, you know, status and everything of every person playing. But our public really needs to understand. This is why I encourage people to come down here, and I encourage people to watch you guys at work. Is there a problem, George? Just wondering. Anyway, y'all, I'll stop. But I'm saying this is part of other steps to this too, okay? And I think you're making some great strides in it, but don't be surprised if because of certain circumstances that you're going to get a lot of stuff on the internet. You're going to get a lot of people with the calling comments that might be a little bit tedious. But remember, it's about communication. And I think that if we improve a lot of our other levels of communication, let's get that agenda out there where our citizens can understand it so they could make an educated, positive comment, you know, understanding the problem and suggesting a solution. But thank you very much for what you've done today. Very good.